I'm talking today to Stephen Markovitz of Big World Cinema. Stephen, you've just done a project called African Metropolis, which is a series of short films under that title. How did the project come about?
Well, it came about a few years ago when we were thinking about how we could create opportunities for young African filmmakers. And the thinking behind it is that, many filmmakers take 5-10 years to make their features. They're often not fully realized because of finance or proper support, and they get out there. There's limited interest in the market for African films, and most of the films don't do very well. So we thought, let's take a step backwards and develop a program with production support, development support, finance, marketing, and create platforms for short films and get filmmakers to make really good short films that can get out onto the international stage and hopefully create a profile for the filmmakers to go on to their features. Hopefully to make it easier for them to make features.
Gives them some practice, doesn't it?
Exactly. It's a kind of warm-up, but in a structured program. The other thinking behind the theme of African Metropolis is that over 50% of Africans now live in cities, and these cities are growing and changing really fast. And we thought it's a good time to do a focused look at urban culture and changing urban environments instead of what African cinema has often been known as is a more kind of rural pastoral experience.
Give me an example of one of the films.
Jim Chuchu's film. Jim Chuchu's from Kenya. He's a bit of a Renaissance man. He's a photographer. He's a designer. He's also a filmmaker. He's made music videos, and he's also a really talented musician. And the reason we chose Jim was because he's unusual. He's different. He's coming at things. He's more playful. He's coming at things from a less kind of serious angle, and we thought, well, let's take a chance with someone like this. And Jim came up with a great idea.
What was the story?
The film's called Homecoming. It's about set in a time when the world's coming to an end. And as you know, most films about end of the world films are normally New York, Washington, London, etc. You never see that set in an African context. So we thought that was really interesting. And the story is about a guy who's fantasizing about a girl across the way, and he's photographing her and thinking of ways he could save her life. And things play out with a really interesting surprise at the end.